Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Red Hawk Baseball here on the Union Sports Network as we bring you the Muskogee Ruffers and your Union Red Hawks. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Jim Douthit. So, folks, last week, for the first time this season, we witnessed the Red Hawks go 2-2 as they beat Bixby Monday, as you saw right here, and then a loss to the Spartans in Bixby on Tuesday after blowing a 2-run lead in the bottom of the seventh. Then on Thursday, they lost to the Broken Arrow Tigers in a game that, for all accounts, they gave away before getting back into the win column against Victory Christian on Friday night. However, even with all that, Union comes in with a record of 20-5 overall and the second-best record in all of 6A behind the Stillwater Pioneers, who they swept just a few weeks ago. Now, as for the Ruffers, they come in tonight with a record of 7-12, last in District 6A4, but have won their last three games by a combined score of 27-2. So the Ruffers are on a little bit of a winning high, if you could say that, coming into tonight. And they are going to need all that momentum to have a chance against this Red Hawk squad that is loaded with talent. The big thing for the Red Hawks tonight is to not overlook these two next games, as they've got the mighty Owasso Rams here on this field this Thursday. So these two next nights are as important as any games they've played up until this point. So we've got the Ruffers and your Red Hawks, and we'll have the starting lineups, the national anthem, and first pitch coming up on your home of Red Hawk fans. We are the Union Sports Network. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Union Baseball here at the Union Baseball and Softball Complex for this game between the Muskogee Ruffers and your Union Red Hawks. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. First, the visitors from Muskogee. Batting first, the catcher, number 8, Jarrett Crawford. Batting second, the center fielder, number 9, Theron Thompson. Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Aiden Barnowski. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 5, Dale Grant. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 25, Jace Paul. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 3, Luke Jamison. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 22, Doc Estes. Batting eighth, second baseman, number 1, Cale Testerman. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 15, Ben Fulbright. And playing left field, number 17, Chris Daniels. The head coach is John Singular. Ladies and gentlemen, the Muskogee Ruffers. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for your Union Redhawks. Batting first, starting in center field, number 8, Grayson Tempest. Batting second, the catcher, number 9, Brody Briggs. Batting third, the shortstop, number 7, Avery Ortiz. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 14, Tatum Hayworth. Batting fifth, second baseman, number 3, Camden Knutson. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 27, Ben Fluche. Batting seventh, first baseman, number 29, TJ King. Batting eighth, third baseman, number 2, Rhett Rogers. And batting ninth, left fielder, number 15, Gage Arthur. Your assistant coaches are Jeff Brown, Brennan Alazaris, and Chuck Justice. And your head coach, winner of the Oklahoma Coaches Association Region 7 Coach of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Newkirk. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise or remain standing, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you very much. Your umpires for this evening are Dwayne Neal and Sean Osowski. Scoreboard operators Todd Briggs. Official scorer David Rogers. And I'm your announcer Jim Douthit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Red Hawk Baseball. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you guys in, watching on the Union Sports Network. To everybody out there from Phoenix to Nashville, Wisconsin to Houston, Texas, we appreciate you guys joining us. Game tonight's a big one. As I mentioned in the top of the broadcast, Union went 2-2 last week, I should say, for the first time this season. They come in with a record of 20-5 overall, but they played some tough teams. And I had a great conversation with Coach Newkirk that will play between in the middle half of this frame. And he talked a little bit about, even with the record of 20-5, they got some improvements. So you'll hear his thoughts on that. And you'll hear his thoughts on possibly changing the rotation up. As this week, we got the Ruffers tonight and tomorrow night, the home and home, as you guys well are aware of how we do district play. But then, Thursday night, right here, the Owasso Rams are going to come in. And that's a big game. That's one of those games that's, you circle on the calendar because you want to take out Owasso, and they'll be here Thursday night, and we'll have all the action starting at 6 o'clock here for that game as well. So wondering if these guys are looking ahead. The Ruffers come in with a record of 7-12 overall, as I mentioned also in the opening. And so it's really easy for a team to look ahead and notice that Owasso's on the calendar just a couple of days away and be thinking about that and not take care of business here. So we'll see what the Red Hawks have as we get ready to get started. Leading out for the Ruffers, the catcher, number 8, Jared Crawford. So Jared Crawford steps in. Beautiful night tonight. We've got showers in the forecast. There's some pop-up showers. We got all kinds of folks watching that. Meteorologist, producer, director Andy Irwin keeping a close eye on those. With the first pitch from Hayworth, swinging strike, and it's 0-1. So he'll keep an eye on that. There may be times if the weather gets a little dicey, of course, we'll have a little bit of a delay, and we may have to take some cameras down. So we'll let you know as that comes to fruition. And that'll be a base hit from Crawford. Nice piece of hitting there, and he got it by King into right field. And so Crawford leads off with a base hit. Center fielder Theron Thompson. So Thompson will step in after Hayworth got out in front, 0-1. Crawford smacked that one to right. First pitch swinging, throw down, not in time. Briggs is kind of keeping him close. Defensively for Union, Arthur in left, Tempest at center, Fluchet at right field, Rogers and Ortiz on the left side of the infield, Knutson and King on the right side, and your battery tonight, of course, Tatum Hayworth and Brody Briggs. Second pitch just a little low, 2-0. Thompson attempting to get Crawford over. Well, Crawford's a catcher. Coach Singular trusts them to do the right thing. Nicely laid bunt there. Up to throw Briggs in time. And there's one away. So nicely done by Thompson to move the runner. And there's one away. Shortstop, number 2, Aiden Barnowski. So Barnowski steps in. Ruffers got a runner in scoring position with one away. And Hayworth catching the outside part of the plate for a strike. Swung foul, and it's 0-2. Lots of sports this week on the Union Sports Network. Andy Irwin going to be a busy man. 4 games in total this week, including this one. If you count the 2 Friday night, we'll get to that when we have time. Swung on the ground. Ortiz over quickly. The throw, long one, in time. And they're going to say he's safe. They're going to say he's safe, that he trapped the ball, and it must have came out of his glove. And so first and third, and no argument from coaches. So we've got first and third now. Third baseman, Dale Grant. Ortiz had to run and throw that across his body, and he didn't get all of it. King wasn't able to scoop it up. So runners at the corners, one away, and it's outside. Little low. It's 2-0. Swung on, blew it by him there, and it's 2-1. So the 2-1 delivery popped up. Fluchet comes in. He's got a cannon. They're going to tag him. The throw's coming home. That's up the line. Missed him. The throw was on time, but it was a little up the line. And Grant will get an RBI. Fluchet with a good throw, but it was a little up the line. And Briggs couldn't get the tag down. First baseman, number 25, Jace Paul. So Jace Paul steps in and with 2 away. That slap foul. For the first time in quite a while, we've seen the away team jump on Union early, but the Ruffers have done it tonight. So 0-1 delivery. Yeah, that's a good pitch, 0-2. So the runner at first is Barnowski. Crawford scored on the sac fly by Grant. That's where we are. 0-2 pitch, fouled back. Nice cut by Paul. Just keep it alive. On deck, the right fielder and Luke Jamison for the Ruffers. Popped up Flouché on his horse. He's running hard. That's going to be foul. That's weird. No wind. That seemed, when it left the bat, it seemed like it was going to stay in play, but it just continued to carry. And we'll do 0-2 again. Again, foul. Hayworth is throwing him outside. Setting him outside for something inside, I would imagine. The 0-2 delivery again. Try to get him to chase outside. So what do I know? 1-2. Nice crowd beginning to form. Quite a few students showing up, so that's good to see on a day that was a virtual day for Union students here. Swung on, struck him out. No swing, as I thought he was going to swing at that one, but he didn't. So real quick, my conversation with Coach Newkirk's coming up right now.
It's 20-win season so far. That's a mark that most teams would like to get to at the end of the season. You're there now. What's your thoughts on your team?
Still got a ways to go. Still got some guys picking up their hitting. Some guys still need to pick their swing up. Pitching's been well for us all year. They had a little struggle last Friday with one of our guys, but overall, I mean, we're slowly but surely, gradually improving each and every game. So that's good.
Good. Home and home tonight, Muskogee, and then Owasso, then Sand Springs. Any reason to change your starting rotation?
Well, we've kind of kicked it around a little bit. Mondo had a little rough edge last Thursday against Broken Arrow, and he was struggling with his breaking pitch. We think we may have worked that. Coach suggested but we'll see.
Very good. Coach of the Year right there. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for doing this.
Welcome back to the Union Sports Network. Leading off, Oklahoma Coaches Association Region 7 Male Athlete of the Year, your center fielder, Grayson Tempest. And a nice smattering of applause from the fans here, as I was able to mention that our own Grayson Tempest was the Male Athlete of the Year, voted on by the Oklahoma Coaches Association for Region 7, so that's something special for him, and we've got a whole lot of hardware that was given out that night, and I'll do my best to get to everybody. Get a chance to get to everybody that had it and got awards tonight. And I'll throw this one out there. Region 7 Female Athlete of the Year, our very own Chanel Alberg, who you guys had an opportunity to listen to as she came and joined us. It's been a few weeks now. Chanel was a state winner in girls wrestling, part of the team that won state for girls. So Grayson Tempest, Male Athlete of the Year, and Female Athlete of the Year, also going to a Red Hawk. All kinds of awards. That's all we do. That's what our kids do. Win, 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 win. 3-1 delivery now. Ooh, a little high, but it'll be a strike. It'll be a full count to Tempest. "3-2. And they'll walk him. Woo! Crawford wanted to get out and throw down to third. Tempest said, nope, I'm going to take my walk. Your catcher, number 9, Brody Briggs. So Briggs steps in, batting second tonight. Usually we see him in the 4-5 hole somewhere in there. Coach Newkirk moving Briggs up a little bit. He's had a pretty good bat so far. He is batting, as I check my stats, about 267. I think it's more of the situational bat that he has, moving runners over and that kind of thing that coach is excited about. So Briggs is getting ready to lay down the bunt. Tempest goes, doesn't matter. Throw, not even close to in time. So Crawford, nice attempt by the young man to throw down, but it was way short and not even close. Defensively for the Ruffers, Daniels in left field, Thompson at center, Jamison at right, Grant and Barnowski third and short, Testerman at second, Paul at first, and your battery tonight, Crawford and probably one of the better names in baseball, Doc Estes. So that's down the line. They're going to say he's safe. They're going to say he didn't tag him. Briggs gets by. The speedy Brody Briggs. Never said that before. But Briggs will get by. The tag was tried to be made by Paul, and it didn't come, and there won't be any argument. And we'll have first and third. Courtesy running number 1, Gam Jones. And now batting the shortstop, number 7, Avery Ortiz. So a bunt single by Briggs. And Gam Jones will take over and courtesy run for him now. Doc Estes will step off. I got a quick minute, and Tempest is still at third. We're going to say hi to the Tempest family listening to us from Arizona. We appreciate you guys listening, the accolades that a little birdie told me. You enjoy the broadcast. I appreciate that very, very much. I'm no Jim Nance. That's for sure. I'm sorry, Mr. Irwin? Yeah, just Jim Douthit. That's true. First pitch is outside, Ortiz. The question is, are they going to pitch to Ortiz? Ortiz comes in tonight batting about 323. He's got 5 home runs. Runner goes, throw down. They're going to double steal. Tempest comes home, and we're tied 1-1. Crawford's throw goes into the outfield, and Jones will stay safely at third. As soon as that left Crawford's mitt, Tempest was on his horse. Matter of fact, as soon as he was up getting ready to throw, I think Tempest came down the line. So he knew he was throwing. Tempest was not stopping. So Ortiz now 1-1 to him. Just tip foul, 1-2. On deck, your pitcher and Tatum Hayworth. Hayworth looks like he shaved his beard. Interesting. Have to ask Dad about that. Swung on. Ooh, right off the home plate umpire, but he's an umpire. He's tough. Coach Newkirk's going to come out and give umpire a little bit of a break, making sure he's okay. And so that's all that is. That's why he's Oklahoma Coaches Association Coach of the Year right there. Situational awareness. One and two now to Ortiz. Ooh, just outside. All right. Do they give Ortiz something to swing at? Estes delivers. Swung on. They do. Right to third. Grant up. Throw home. Got him. Jones tried to get home. And he's quick, but a nice throw by Grant to Crawford. There's one away. Your pitcher, number 14, Tatum Hayworth. So Ortiz is safe at third on a fielder's choice. One away. And Hayworth, who's got some pop. He's been known to hit the long ball, and he just does not just that, but gets a nice base hit. Ortiz was on his horse. He'll round second into third, and the errant throw will take Hayworth all the way to second. And that's where you'd like to see Daniels coming up, knowing there's no way they're going to get Ortiz. He just needs to get that to second base and stop Hayworth from coming over. Now Hayworth will be, well, I'm going to say he was going to be pinch ran for. I don't believe so. Nope, Hayworth's going to stay out there and run for himself. Second baseman, Camden Knutson. So Cam comes in, second baseman. Runners at second and third. Double steal worked out. Jones took second. Tempest came safely home from third, and that's how we're knotted at one. And there's one away. Knutson first pitch strike in from Doc Estes. The 0-1. Popped up right field. That's probably going to carry out of play, and it does as Paul gives it a look. But it's out of play. Oh, 2 outside. 1 and 2. Knutson batting .316. Knutson's got a home run as well this year. One of the 8 hit by Union. And that's swung on to center. Thompson grabs, doesn't even try to throw Ortiz. Probably a good call by him because he throws that home. And Hayworth's going to take off for third. So the sack fly, and it works out. Right fielder, Ben Flouché. So still only 2 away. Runner in scoring position. Union erases the 1 run that the Ruffers got, and add another one. Hayworth, big lead. They throw back, and it gets to center field. Hayworth on his horse. He's going to take off for third, and he's going to be safe. The throw to third. Not in time. It gets by him. It gets by Grant. And Hayworth's going to stay right there. Coach Brown was pointing the ball out, kind of like saying, don't go. don't go. So Thompson did a really good job last inning to keep Hayworth at second and not to try to throw out Ortiz, but Hayworth ends up at third anyway. The first pitch to Fluchet is a strike. Second pitch is in there for a strike. Doc Estes out ahead 0-2 now. On deck, TJ King. Just a little low, 1-2. Good eye by Ben to not go chasing something. The 1-2. And the dirt, 2-2. Really, besides the chance of thunderstorms that we have in the forecast, the weather right now is gorgeous. No wind, about 70 degrees-ish. Game time. High, and it's 3-2. So a good night for baseball. Good night for anything to be outside, that's for sure. So the full count. Hayworth at third. Walked him. And another walk and another pop-up from Crawford like he was going to throw down to third. So Crawford and the home plate umpire aren't on quite the same page. First baseman, TJ King. TJ will step in here. I imagine if Coach Newkirk does what he normally does, King will be the pitcher tomorrow in Muskogee. Again, a big game here on Thursday as the Rams come to town. We'll have that action for you right here on the Union Sports Network. First pitch low. Crawford turned around to ask the home plate umpire where that was. It's 1-0 to King. Runners at the corners. Popped up. Daniels underneath it. He's coming for it. And that'll be the end of the inning. That's the end of the inning. Union gets one of the runs back and then doubles it up. 2-1 at the end of one.
We're athletes.
Coaches.
And your child's high school athletic trainer.
We're your friends and neighbors.
And we make our home
in green country.
Like you, we run.
And fish.
Hike.
And bike.
We enjoy the mountains.
and lakes.
So we know how important
Staying active is to you. Staying active is to you.
We're physicians.
and therapists
Our groundbreaking treatments
are helping you heal faster.
Helping you heal faster.
We're Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma.
And we're the team physicians for more universities.
More high schools
And more club teams
than all other providers combined.
We're focused on providing you
personalized orthopedic care.
personalized orthopedic care.
treating the area's best teams.
And the athlete in all of us.
And the athlete in all of us.
Welcome back to the Union Sports Network. 6-7-8 due up for the Ruffers. Leading off for Muskogee, the right fielder, number 3, Luke Jamison. So Jamison will step in as Neil Diamond gets quieted here. Welcome in, top of 2. First pitch of ball from Hayworth. So 6, 7, 8, as I said, for the Ruffers coming in. And it's 1-1. Foul tip 1-2. Doc Estes, the pitcher, and then Cale Testerman, second baseman, due up for the Ruffers. One, 2. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Tate. Pitcher number 22, Doc Estes. So Doc Estes steps in. Now, for the record, we're not 100% sure of Doc's real name, but if Mom and Dad, if Doc's his real name, that's awesome. We all set up here in the booth. We're like, his name's Doc? I don't know. That's what's written down here. That's what Coach Singular gave me. So if you named him Doc, good for you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Swung on, strike 1. So it's 1-1 to Doc Estes. One. Foul tip 1-2 now. And both Brody Briggs and the home plate umpire and Sean Osowski pretty happy they got masks on us. Both of them have been dinged tonight. And we're just an inning and a third in. Outside, 2-2. As I mentioned, a little bit of rain in the forecast. Hopefully it'll hold off until we can get this through. Briggs sets up inside, the 2-2 delivery from Hayworth. Outside, 3-2. So he set up inside. I think if Brody sets up outside, that might have been a strike, but
like literally, dude, like he's putting up all of his fingers. You cannot tell what he's actually got.
the 3-2 delivery struck him out. Strikeout number 3, number 2 of the inning. And we welcome in second baseman Cale Testerman. First pitch a little low. While we've got a minute, we want to thank Milo's Tea, Tulsa Teachers Credit Union, Mazzio's, D-Bat Tulsa, and Society Burger for their sponsorship of Union Baseball and the Union Booster Club.
I feel like I need to screw up the count so he puts it up there.
2-0 delivery. On the ground. Rogers over, bobbles it a little bit, stays with it, throw in time. Nice job by Rogers. As he bobbled it, he had a little extra time, and he was able to get out Testerman. We'll head to the bottom of the second, Union up by 1. Welcome back to the Union Sports Network, as it's going to be 8-9-1 for Union. Leading off for the Red Hawks, number 2, third baseman, Rhett Rogers. So Rogers will step in. First one inside to Rogers. Big shout out to Chris Walker and the Walker family listening down in Florida right now. Chris, I hope to see you here in a couple of months. Be exciting to come down and see what you guys got going on down there. Shout out to Bill Cox and to Brian Stallsworth as well. Brian, Union alumni. Part of a big soccer program here back in the day. And Bill Cox and his 2 daughters, both Union alums. So hi to those folks watching tonight. As it's 3-0 to Rogers. Doc Estes gets it across for 3-1. So the question from a buddy of mine was 2-1, Union having a good season. Well, Mr. Walker, we're 20-5. Second best in all of 6A land as that's on the ground. Grant over, up, throws in time. There's one away. Nice job by Grant to scoop that off the turf and throw Rogers out, who's got some wheels. So, yes, Mr. Walker, a good season. Left fielder, Gage Arthur. As I said, 8-9-1 due up. Arthur getting the start in left field tonight. On the ground, that's going to find the hole. Nice play there by Bronowski. He's going to try to throw over, but not even close as Arthur was flying down. And so that'll be a base hit for him and turn the order over and welcome in the Grayson Tempest. Center fielder, Grayson Tempest. So Tempest steps in. As I mentioned earlier, Oklahoma Coaches Association Male Athlete of the Year is Grayson Tempest as he lays down the bump. That's popped up. And just as I say his accolades, he pops up a bunt. Crawford with a nice grab, and there's one away.
They're down to 2 here, brother, so I told them to substitute one of them else for Bronx.
So a pop out to Crawford, and there's one away as he tried to advance him over. Catcher, Brody Briggs. So Brody Briggs, the Arizona State product, steps in. The Oklahoma State product, and Avery Ortiz is on deck. Catches the outside part of the plate. It's Doc Estes. It's 0-1. And yes, Mr. Cox, I may be the blitz, as you text me as I was. Nice reference there. In the dirt. And Arthur over to second easily as Crawford couldn't handle the pitch by Estes. So Briggs reached on a bunt single. He laid down the bunt, and Paul came down the line to play it. Say he didn't tag him. On the ground. Advance the runner. There'll be one away. Or that's 3 outs, excuse me. So that's 3 outs. Briggs grounds out. We head to the top of the third. Union up by 1.
At Raising Cane's, we're huge football fans, but we're also fans of your local fundraisers and fun runs, small victories and big ideas. And yes, even the neighborhood animal shelter. I was getting to that. Plus over 30,000 other partners in the communities we serve. When you order our hand-battered chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade to cheer on your home team, you're also supporting your hometown. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Back live here on the Union Sports Network is 9-1-2 due up for Muskogee. Designated hitter, number 15, Ben Fulbright. So 2-1's the score. Fulbright steps in. First pitch just outside, and it's 1-0. Yes, our runner in Eli is doing great. That's just outside. 2-0 or 3-0? I'm confused. I lost here. So 3-0. We'll see when the home plate umpire throws up his fingers here. 3-0 delivery. There's a strike. So it must be 3-1 delivery on its way, we believe. And that's a little high. Yep, that's ball 4. So the walk will be issued by Hayworth. And that brings up the top of the order. Catcher, Jarrett Crawford. So Crawford, first at bat, back in the first inning, got a base hit, part of that mini rally that they had to score a run. And he'll lay down the bunt, and that's foul. So he's going to try to advance Fulbright over on a bunt single. We'll see what happens. Oh, 1 delivery. Briggs sets up outside. Throw down to first. Not quite in time. Little high on the throw. The throw's a little lower, and that's really close. King did a great job corralling that, trying to get down the tag. One and one. Fulbright at first. Bunt foul. It's 1-2. On the ground, yeah, he did. He offered up, and another strikeout. Number 4 on the evening for Hayworth. Center fielder Theron Thompson. So 1 away now. Fulbright still stands alone at first. Outside part of the plate, strike. The top of the order is where the Ruffers scored all their runs. Breaking ball just missed. A couple of fans shaking their heads in front of me wondering where that was. It might have been a little high, though. 1-1. Swung on. Arthur, and there's 2 away. Great job by Gagey to track it down. And there's 2 away. Shortstop, Aiden Barnowski. Barnowski steps in. He's 1 for 1. He had a base hit back in the first part of that rally that the Ruffers started the game off with. Check swing. That'll be a strike for sure. And it is. A 1 delivery. Runner goes. Brody Briggs throws down. Got him. Wow. Knutson covering the bag, and how many times have I said it? Don't run on Briggs. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, Union up by 1. Welcome back, Union Sports Network. 3-4-5 hitters due up. Shortstop, number 7, Avery Ortiz. So Ortiz steps up, 2-1, Union on top. The accolades continue to roll our way. I want to thank everybody for their support to the text messages that all the cool parents are letting me know. I know you're here for the view, not necessarily for the voice, and I completely understand that because I am the Toby Rowland of Union Sports Network. Swung on, and that's down the line. That'll be extra bases. Ortiz on his horse. He's going to stay at second. As Daniels did a nice job to get over there and get a hold of that. But there's Ortiz with a double down the line. And what we expect out of Avery. And a guy that had a double back in the first inning in Tatum Hayworth, and he'll be up right now. Your pitcher, number 14, Tatum Hayworth. So Hayworth steps in. Ortiz stands alone at second. Testerman already just about shadowing Ortiz on second. Second baseman super close. Estes will look back. Nice pitch there. We'll take a time as Crawford wants to talk to Estes about something, but that was a great pitch. Maybe they got the sign screwed up. Regardless. Of course, the errant throw that Estes had back an inning or so ago, maybe Crawford telling him, hey, don't worry about the runner. Let's get this guy. But Estes will step off, and Ortiz will go back to second. Now Ortiz with a big lead. Testerman over the second baseman. Estes set. Delivers home. Strike number 2. So Estes throwing some BBs here with a runner on second and Ortiz. That's right. It is Doc Estes after all. Pop foul. Wonder if Matt Holliday ever wanted to name one of his kids Doc. No? I don't know. Might have to ask him next time he comes around. Oh, 0-2 delivery. Not too hard of hearing, Mr. Irwin. 0-2 delivery in the dirt. 1-2. Knutson on deck and punched him out. Hayworth will go down looking. Strikeout number 1 for Doc Estes tonight. Second baseman, Camden Knutson. Knutson will step in. Sack fly back in the first. Get an RBI. A long ball out to center field that Thompson corralled. Runner goes. Ortiz down in time is Ortiz. So now run number 3 is just 90 feet away with only 1 out. Let's see if Knutson can get him across. Doc Estes sets. Delivers, popped up, straight back at me. And no big bang. So over the press box here. And it's 0-2. Popped up again. Paul over. That's going to be in the dugout. Barely into the dugout. And we'll do it one more time, at least. Ortiz at third, 0-2 delivery to Knutson outside, 1-2. One away, Knutson looks, almost hits him inside. That's where Casey Jordan, JB, would tell him, wear it. Knutson did not wear it, and it's 2-2. Popped up, out to center. Thompson gives it a look. This should get Ortiz home. On his horse, here comes the throw, not in time. And Camden Knutson is king of the sack flies tonight. As 2 of the 3 runs, both on sack flies by Knutson, and we'll take it. Right fielder, number 27, Ben Fluchet. So Fluchet steps in. Couple of well-hit balls by Camden Knutson. Scores a couple of runs as Union goes on top 3-1. So Ben back in the first walked, his first time up. And that'll be up the middle, base hit. Thompson in to play it in safely, and with 3 outs on the board, apparently. Oh, I'll need to be quiet. My apologies, Mr. Briggs. With 2 outs on the board, we'll welcome in first baseman TJ King. I apologize to our statistician, Joanna Estrada, who does all the really cool things on the score bug down there. So TJ King steps in. The first pitch is a ball. So Ben Fluchet safely at first. She's Joanna Estrada, as I mentioned. Annie Irwin bringing you all the cool looks. I'm Jim Douthit. We are the home of Red Hawk fans right here, the Union Sports Network. That's popped up. Jamison back, and that's out number 3. Another long ride from King, but it stays in play. But Union gets another one across, and Union's on top 3-1.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Welcome back, Union Sports Network. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Ruffers. Shortstop, number 2, Aiden Barnowski. So Barnowski will come back up to bat. He was up to bat last inning when Fulbright tried to steal second. Brody Briggs said, "No, sir, you will go to your room," and not like it. That's what Briggs does. Check swing. Knutson gobbles it up, and there's one away. Hayworth looked like he wanted to put his glove down, then thought better of it. If he would have got his glove on it, that could have made for a little bit of a fiasco. So Knutson cleans it up, and there's one away. Third baseman, Dale Grant. Grant with the long locks steps in. Sack fly back in the first, and he is responsible for scoring the Ruffers' only run. Little low. Did you have that in high school, Mr. Briggs? Little. Nice. Yeah, of course. Like, yes, of course you did. Of course you did. I tried to have it, but didn't look quite as good on me as it did on most of my buddies. Oh, well, the backside of it hanging out was really good. It was the top that it's always been really thin on top. I'm probably giving way TMI right now, but if I grew it out now, I'd look like Phil Collins. So I'm just going to say that. Now, Phil Collins, for everybody that doesn't know out there, was lead singer of a band called Genesis, made a ton of money. If you need to look him up, kids, I highly recommend look up Phil Collins. Probably his most popular song, In the Air Tonight. So start with that and then go through his music catalog. There will be a test Thursday night when we bring you the Owasso Rams game. Jace Paul steps in after the walk given up to Grant. Was that a decent segue, gentlemen? You guys are just kind of sitting there like, that was awful. On the ground, King over, Hayworth will cover. Throw back down to second. Whoa, look out. And there's two away. So Jace Paul will get Dale Grant over to second. And that'll bring in right fielder Luke Jamison. Jamison steps in. So the runner at second is Grant after he reached on a walk. 2 outs. Hayworth looks back over his shoulder, eyeing Grant. Ortiz backs off, throws home. And it's 2-0. Two-0 delivery. Swinging strike. It's 2-1. Jamison struck out back in the second.
God, come on. You saw it that time, didn't you?
5 of the strikeouts so far from Hayworth. One of them is this young man in Jamison. Strike number 2. Throw down to second. Oh, missed in time. Brody Briggs is throwing this ball all over the infield, keeping Ruffers runners honest. Deuces across the board. Grant off second. On the ground, foul. We'll do it again.
His fingers look okay. It doesn't look like he's got any kind of, like something deformed or something. It's just, he can't get his, like, what the fuck is that?
2-2 now. Hayward steps off the rubber, and Grant gets back to second. Nobody covering at that time as the lights come on here at the stadium. Foul. Jamison doing a great job here battling. He was down 0-2, and now it's back to 2-2, and he's battling them off, doing his best. Tutu struck him out. And that'll end the threat for the Ruffers. 3-1, Union on top. We're back after this. Eight, 9-1 due up for Union. Third baseman, number 2, Rhett Rogers. Rogers steps up. He's playing a couple positions for me tonight as Rogers steps in. He grounded out back in the second. He's 0 for 1. And I believe we might have a new pitcher out there. I am not sure. Is that Doc? Nope, 22, a new pitcher. And that's going to be, that is Doc. Okay, we're still got Doc. My apologies. Yep.
I did not feel like 80's right.
2-1 now. Rhett Rogers is, now we have spotters for our weather tonight. And Todd Briggs is also scoreboard operator and storm chaser, apparently. Thank you, Miss Estrada. Very nice. Thank you for laughing at that. We're having a little debate as to what the weather's going to do here. So for all of you in Phoenix and Nashville and all over the place, it's not a big deal. As Rogers ropes that one out. Diving attempt by Daniels, doesn't come up with it. It'll go to the wall, and Rogers will stand there with a double. Nice piece of hitting by Rogers. Great attempt by Daniels, but he was about a foot short, and that bounced right in front of him and rolled all the way to the wall. Thompson corralled it. But regardless, there's a runner on second in Rogers. And the dangerous left fielder, Gage Arthur, up to bat. So Arthur up here. Arthur was 1 for 1 tonight, base hit back in the second. We'll see what happens with Rogers here. Started to go around to bunt. He pulled it back, they're going to say, so it'll be a ball. Pickoff attempt just about went to the outfield. Good job by Barnowski over to cover the bag there. So Barnowski at short and Testerman at second. Testerman doesn't want any part of this pickoff play, though. It's Testerman staying in his position at second. Doc Estes looks in. Gets the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Two-0 delivery by Estes. Nope, he decides to throw, well, attempt to throw back. Testerman was over to cover, but no throw. Rogers is back and safe. Nice pitch there, 2-1 now. While we've got a second, girls and boys soccer is back in action this Friday, April 14th, as the Choctaw Yellow Jackets trek up I-44 to take on your Red Hawk soccer clubs. Girls at 6, boys at 8, right here with Brandon McCombs on your home for Red Hawk fans. We are the Union Sports Network. So that'll be a good time. Girls playing really good. Boys playing well as well. As that's on the ground, that may be safe all the way around. Sure enough, Gage Arthur, the speedy Arthur. Paul was, I don't know where first baseman was going. That wasn't even hitting his area. He decided to take off towards the pitching mound. And Testerman had to come all the way from second to cover. So I'm not too sure what Paul was doing there. And the center fielder and Grayson Tempest up to bat. Center fielder Grayson Tempest. I'm not too sure what Paul was thinking, and with respect, I get it. But he was going back to first base. He was kind of shaking his head like, what was I thinking? As the ball goes away, pops away from him, and Rogers will scoot across. Errant throw by Doc. Paul can't handle it, and Rogers scoots across. So after the double, he finally comes across. Nobody out still. Arthur on at first. Tempest at bat. 0 for 1 tonight. He walked in the first and popped out back in the second. Brody Briggs on deck. Arthur goes, throw from Crawford, not in time. So stolen base for Arthur. Crawford, the throw down, Barnowski cut it off before it even got there. It may have bounced. That's kind of what we're talking about here in the press box. So that it doesn't bounce and go to the outfield. And Tempest. Two 2-1 now. As the National Weather Channel has broken out behind me. Everybody's a Jim Cantori all of a sudden. Timeout. Crawford will go out. Don't forget this Thursday, the Owasso Rams will be in town to take on your Union Red Hawks, and we'll have that game right here at 6 o'clock. As I laugh because now Andy Irwin's checking the sky. Oh, my goodness. Regardless, I apologize because you guys can't see at home what I'm dealing with right now in the press box. That swung on, popped up. Testerman calling for it, finds it in the lights, and there's one away. Oh, my goodness. So what we have is a lack of old men depending upon the apps that they have on their telephones right now. And so everybody's going out to look to see if the weather's coming or not, even though the apps say it is. So there you have it, folks. One app says it does, one app does it. Doesn't matter. Catcher, Brody Briggs. Almost forgot to introduce Brody Briggs because we're arguing about the weather now. So Briggs is up, runner at second still. is Rogers. No, that's not Rogers. My apologies. That's Arthur. Rogers has always already came across, and he's having a snack in the dugout. Ortiz on deck. Bunt single for Brody back in the first. Throw down. Got him. Boy, picked off Arthur. And that's 2 away. Nice job by Estes, and he's done some pretty good things on the mound defensively. Great throw by him. Better tag by Barnowski. And there's 2 away. Base hit. Ground ball base hit is what I was trying to say. And now right there you would have had Gage Arthur advance to third on that. So that kind of spoils that opportunity. Courtesy running number 1, Gam Jones. Now batting your shortstop, Avery Ortiz. So Ortiz just on a fielder's choice back in the first, doubled in the third. 2 away, that's high and inside to Ortiz. And that boy didn't flinch. I would have lost my helmet, my gloves. I would have probably came out of my shoes getting out of the way of that ball. Ortiz just ice cold in the veins. That's inside runner goes. Crawford throws down, not in time, and Jones is in with his second stolen base. And did he call it a strike? It is. It's 1-1. So it is 1-1. Jones down there safely at second as he's into courtesy run for Brody Briggs. On deck, Tatum Hayworth in the dirt. It's 2-1. Pretty good little crowd here for a Monday evening. As I mentioned earlier, Union was out of school today, so it's nice to see the kids coming out. Probably the first time they've been out of the house all day. I get it. I had a teenager once. It's outside 3-1. Some of the soccer girls, Kari Carino here. Her teammates, they'll be in action right here on the Sports Network against Choctaw on Friday. And Ortiz will be on with a walk. Your pitcher, number 14, Tatum Hayworth. Hayworth steps in 1 for 2 tonight. And they'll have a meeting at the mound as to what they're going to do here, and we'll see if they change. We'll take a quick timeout. 4-1, 2 outs. Hayworth coming up, 2 runners on. Back live as the debate continues on our sister station, the new Weather Channel. Oh, my goodness. Hayworth up to bat, as I mentioned earlier. He's 1 for 2 tonight, a double in the first, a struck out in the third. Cam Jones at second, Ortiz at first. And oh, now.
I'm just going to be Facebook messaging you like, hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I chose 9:05. Yeah,
the debate continues about the weather. My goodness. 1-0. Hayworth, nice piece of hitting. That'll get down. That'll get all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Ortiz, 2 runs will score, and Hayworth will stay with a double. And he's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Helping his own cause out. Tatum Hayworth, ladies and gentlemen. And now I believe with the second mound visit, we're going to have a new pitcher before this game gets completely out of control. Doc will come out, and I believe Testerman is going to come in. I believe that's going to be the second baseman who's switching spots with him right now. So Estes will go to, well, we're going to see where Estes goes to. As he pounds his glove in kind of disgust. Doc, you did everything you can against this star-studded lineup. We've got some studs out here. So it looks like Estes is probably going to take over at second. And then Testerman, yep. So Cale Testerman's going to come in. He's going to warm up. I'm going to take a timeout. 6-1 Union on top. 2 outs in the 4th. Back live here. Now pitching for the Ruffers, Cale Testerman. So Testerman will step in, played second. Testerman and Doc Estes will just switch spots. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. Camden Knutson up. So that's all they did. Testerman and Estes switch spots. The line for Doc Estes. 6 runs on 9 hits. Had 1 strikeout and 3 walks for Doc Estes. And with Hayworth standing at second after his double cleared the bases. That'll hit Knutson. He wore that one. He didn't have an opportunity to get out of the way. And the Redhawks continue to come to the plate as Newby's out to check on Knutson. He waves him off. Right fielder, Ben Flouché. Flouché steps in. 1 for 1 tonight with a walk in the first and a base hit in the third. First and second. Hayworth and Knutson. Testerman comes home and it's high and inside. 1-0. Lots of action out in the bullpen right now for the Redhawks. As this lead continues to grow, Hayworth's night may get shorter and shorter. Get the bullpen some work with a 5-1 lead, or 5-run lead. That's lifted out to left field, way back to the wall and up and over the wall. And Ben Flouché with the double and an RBI. He gave that thing a ride. Daniels kept running after it and finally one-hopped the fence. And it's 7-1. First baseman, TJ King. So with 2 away, runners at second and third, and King an opportunity to add to the 4 runs that have come across so far. First pitch, swing and strike. Big fastball by Testerman, blew it right by King. Second pitch, swinging and strike. Threw him a little inside there. King a little frustrated with himself. He steps out of the batter's box, regroups, jumps back in. Oh, 2 delivery to King. In the dirt tonight. King 0 for 2 so far, popped out a couple of times. Home plate umpire is going to give Crawford a little bit of a break as he tried to block it, and I think he got it right where you never want to get hit. So 1 and 2 to King. Second and third, 2 out. Testerman back to second. Throw gets away, and 1 run will score. And I'm telling you, speed is everything in this game. So Testerman threw back to Estes. And the lead is now 7 for the Red Hawks. 1-2 count to King. Estes over to cover second. Throw home, struck him out. So King goes down swinging, but not before Union puts up a 5 spot, and they lead 8-1. We're headed into the 5th.
Get $200 from TTCU when you open a new checking account with direct deposit. What would you buy with $200?
100 coloring books and a puppy.
Or maybe some groceries and a tank of gas? $200 from TTCU.
Welcome back. Call to the bullpen brought to you by TTCU as Brad Rupert will come in and place a Hayworth. We'll give you Hayworth's line in just a second. Now pitching for the Red Hawks, number 18, Brad Rupert. Now batting, number 22, Doc Estes. So Estes steps in. Rupert up the first time we get to see him tonight. The line for Tatum Hayworth, 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. And we kind of alluded to it in the opening, if you saw the interview that I had with Coach Newkirk, kind of asked him a little bit about pitching and wondered if they were going to change it up. But he's still going with his 1 and 2. Imagine we'll see King tomorrow night start. But Hayworth just goes 4 innings. I think, if I'm not sadly mistaken, this may be the first time we haven't seen Hayworth pitch a complete game here on the Union Sports Network at home. I'd have to think about it. It's 3-1 now from Rupert. So Estes, his second time up, he struck out back in the second. But he's ahead of Rupert 3-1. Just outside the walk. So Estes draws a walk. Nothing else defensively changed for Coach Newkirk. Arthur in left, Tempest in center, Fluchet in right. Second baseman, pitcher Cale Testerman. Testerman steps in, now the pitcher of record. On the left side of the infield, still Rogers and Ortiz, Knutson and King on the right side. But now Rupert and Briggs, your battery. Testerman tries to lay down the bunt, and it's foul. So 0-1. So Estes at first. Testerman 0-1. Rupert sets, delivers. Bunts down, and that's going to roll foul. And I love the body language from King on that. As soon as it left the bat, he charges it, but then is calm about it and lets it roll foul as he could see the spin on the ball. Good heads-up play there by King, and it's Rupert's ahead 0-2. Testerman checks his card as he gets the line from the third base coach. Rupert comes home. High 1-2. So the 1-2 delivery coming. Swung on the ground. That's going to be a base hit. And runners at first and second now with a base hit by Testerman. Designated hitter and Ben Fulbright will come up, I believe. Yes, that's who's next. Designated hitter Ben Fulbright. So Ben Fulbright comes in. Another quick congratulations to the Union Girls Wrestling team. They were recognized tonight at our board meeting. Those ladies looked absolutely thrilled to be there and holding up their trophies. So congratulations again, ladies. And as I mentioned earlier, Chanel Allberg, Region 7 Female Athlete of the Year. Popped up, foul. While we've got a second, some more accolades to hand out. Region 7 Athletic Director of the Year goes to none other than Steve Dunlap. So congratulations to Assistant Athletic Director Steve Dunlap for his award. So Rupert with the 1-1 delivery. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And that's high. 2-1. Swung on, tip foul, 2-2. So Fulbright, back in the third, he walked. Popped up, that's going to be trouble. That gets down. Gage Arthur and Tempest fight over it. The throw comes home, not in time. And that'll advance some runners. 2-run score. And a double by Fulbright, as some miscommunication in the outfield between Tempest and Arthur. I apologize, just one run. Yeah, there's still 2 on, my apologies. Just 1 run comes across. But the double by Fulbright, and it's 8-2. And we head back to the top of the order. Catcher, Jarrett Crawford. So Crawford steps in. Now he's 1 for 2. Base hit back in the first, struck out in the third. He first pitch swinging foul. Oh, 1 delivery. The Let's Go Roop chants coming from the fans. They're trying to cheer Brad Rupert on. Runners at second and third. 2 strikes, nobody out. High, Briggs looked like he was going to throw down. And Cale Testerman did everything to get back to third. Like a penguin scrambling on ice to get back there. Boy, howdy. He was back quick. One and 2. Big change got him. And throw back down by Briggs. Almost got Testerman leading off there. So 1 away, big strikeout there by Rupert. Center fielder, Theron Thompson. Theron Thompson steps in. First pitch swinging, that'll be a base hit. 1 hop, Tempest throwing all the way home, not in time. Boy, and Thompson took a big turn. Nobody covering at first, but he didn't decide to run on Briggs. And the base hit by Thompson scores another run, and it's now 8-3. Shortstop, Aiden Barnowski. So Barnowski. One away. Runners at the corners. On the ground, this could be 2. Ortiz on the bag for 1, over for 2. And that's the end of the inning. But not before the Ruffers score 2, but Union still leads by 5. Back live here on the Union Sports Network, little out-of-town action. Bixby right now losing 1-0 to Enid. And Stillwater losing to Bartlesville 6-1. They're in a lightning delay out there in Stillwater. Rain is a-comin'. You heard it here first from Andy Irwin. Leading off for the Redhawks, your third baseman, number 2, Rhett Rogers. Rogers steps in. 2 runs allowed by Rupert. The lead is still 5 for the Red Hawks as we get underway here in the 5th. First pitch and a ball. So the 1-0 delivery by Testerman. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 delivery. Ooh, that hit him up high. That got him up high in the noggin. Coach Brown's going to come down to look at him. Coach E, Newby, Coach Newkirk. Make sure he's okay. It sounded like it hit a lot of helmet. But we'll see. We'll see. Newby's out to, unfortunately, stick his fingers up his mouth and see if he's bleeding. That's just what happens. Been there, done that. And so here come the towels. So we'll take a timeout. We'll let them deal with Mr. Rogers. We'll be back. Let you know what's up right after this. Back here live on the Union Sports Network. Newby's helping Rhett to the dugout, and we got a little blood on the field that actually he did not go down. As he gets helped off, we'll let you know as soon as we find out what's going on with Rogers. But right now they're mopping up a little blood on the left side here of home plate. So he'll get a courtesy ran for. We'll see who comes in and is able to run for him. I imagine, yeah, that's what I'm looking. So the guess would be Miguel Juarez would come in and play third. So we'll see what happens. As thankfully, Union Baseball has got the good paper towels as opposed to the paper towels they give us in school that don't pick up anything. Those brown paper towels, you guys remember that? All you do is wipe water around or wipe spills around. We'll see who runs for him. Gage Arthur will step in. We got to have a runner at second. And that's the debate right now. And there's Rogers. Well, Rogers is back up. He's got a big smile on it. Well, I don't know about a smile, but he's like, hey, I'm good to go, coach. Can I stay in? We'll see. They got the bleeding stopped, apparently. Yeah. They're going to let him run. How about this, folks? So Rhett Rogers is going to come out and run for himself. Attaboy. Newkirk gets the okay by Newby. And Rogers is running for himself. Left fielder, Gage Arthur. Now, if that doesn't fire up your team after you get plunked in the head, you get looked at, and then you come back out to run for yourself, that doesn't fire your teammates up. Dude, that's huge. Rogers with the big lead. Now, let's not get delusions of grandeur here, Rhett. Yeah. Yeah. 1-0. Arthur tonight, 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. Hitting the ball well is Gagey. High throw back down to first, not in time. Now, if I remember correctly, it was Stephen Piscotti, played for the Cardinals, that got hit by a pitch, then he stole second, got hit by the throw down to second. He rounded second, came home, got hit by the throw from the center fielder as he crossed home plate. So I hope that doesn't happen to Rogers. But that was Stephen Piscotti back in the day with the Cardinals.
It's a Cardinal thing to do.
Very much so. So Linda Blythe, if you're watching out there, I know you remember that. You're like an encyclopedia for Cardinal history. And a walk given up to Arthur. First and second now, nobody out. And the ever-dangerous male athlete of the year, number 8, Grayson Tempest. And they're going to go for the change. So Testerman's going to go out to center field, it appears. And I think Thompson might come in and pitch. We'll see. So Thompson's coming in from center. And he's asking for something from the dugout. I believe he's going to change gloves and come in and pitch. He's still standing on the field. So we're going to go to break. I'll let you know what the change is when we get back. Back live here. Muskogee changes pitchers, and it'll be the center fielder coming into pitch, which is Theron Thompson. And Bixby's down to their last 3 outs, we're being told, and they're still down 1-0 in Enid. How big would that be? That's high and inside to Tempest. And it's 1-1. So Thompson looks it off. Runners at first and second. Rogers is at second after he got hit by a pitch, and then Arthur was on with a walk. And that meant the night for Testerman, as he is now in center field. So Daniels in left, Testerman in center, Jamison at right. Then the only change on the infield was, again, that Doc Estes, who started as a pitcher, is now at second base. Thompson, the 2-1 delivery. Popped up to right. Jamison gives it a long run, and that's fair. That'll fall. And unfortunately, everybody had to kind of hold up is because there was nobody outs, and that means bases loaded for Brody Briggs. The way Jamison gave that a look, it just kind of hung, but he couldn't get over there in time, and it fell fair. And the bases are loaded for the Arizona State product. Your catcher, number 9, Brody Briggs. So Briggs, an opportunity to just end this game, if I'm not sadly mistaken, correct? Up by 5. He clears the bases. That's 11. We'd be up by 9 in the 5th. Does it end after 5? That's a good question. Well, regardless, that's a nice pitch by Thompson. Outside part of the plate, and it's 0-1. Dad just wants a hit. Tonight, he's done that twice. He's 2 for 3 with a bunt single in the first, grounded out in the second, and a base hit in the fourth. So, base hit would be big here for Briggs and this Union squad. Ducks on the pond, as I said earlier. Well, not quite that way, but you know what I mean. The 1-1. That's out to right. That's going to fall. That'll go all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. 3 runs will score. Briggs is in safe with a triple. Yes, sir. That be all right, Dad? That's good. That's good. And 3 runs come across and nobody out. Briggs gets his courtesy runner. Gam Jones been busy tonight. Courtesy running number 1, Gam Jones. Jones in, nobody out. And Avery Ortiz up to bat tonight. 2 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice, a double and a walk, or 2 for 2, I should say, and walk in the 4th. First pitch low.
No, it's the bottom of the 6th. Enid, they're at Enid. Yeah.
It's 2-0. Boy, that looked like a pretty good pitch, but Crawford couldn't corral it, and that may have caused Thompson to get a ball call instead of a strike. So 2-0.
Are you looking at that from back there?
Nice pitch there, and there it is. 2-1 from Thompson. Gam Jones at third after the Briggs triple. Cleared the bases. Swung on, that's roped foul. Came off the bat quickly. It's 2-2. So the 2-2 delivery with nobody out to Ortiz. Thompson, the third pitcher of the evening for the Ruffers. The wind-up delivery that almost scoots away. Boy, Jones thinks about coming, but nice job by Crawford to corral that ball and keep it close enough to make Jones scamper back to third. What Crawford gives up with his arm strength, he is surely quick behind the plate. Not knocking the youngster, but he's been good behind the plate to keep the ball out in front of him. Delivered in the dirt, and that'll scamper away. Jones is going to try to score. He got him. So ball 4 Ortiz gets down the line. Jones was wanting to have a conversation with the home plate umpire. That was a nice dish by Thompson. Crawford with the tag, and that's a pretty bang-bang play there by the Ruffers. So Ortiz is on safely with a walk. Jones might have got a little greedy there coming home. I'll have to talk to Coach Brown tomorrow and see if he was actually sending Jones on that. Regardless, Hayworth is up now. He can hit for himself. He's on there as a designated hitter and pitcher. Popped up to center. Testerman in, and there's 2 away. So 2 for 4 tonight for Hayworth. Second baseman, Camden Knudsen. Oh, yep. My apologies. Please welcome to the game, number 19, Bryce Ashlock. So the bet on the table is a 400-foot home run in the rain. There you go. Outside part of the plate, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 delivery now to Ashlock. Swung on, pop foul, and it's 0-2. What's funny is I saw Knudsen kind of dancing up and down the stairs over there. I guess a 2 RBI night. Coach Newkirk had seen enough. What to tell you. Either way, Ashlock's on. Squibbler to first. Over in time, and that'll end the inning. But not before Union puts up another 3 runs. We head to the 6th. Union on top, 11-3. So lots of craziness happening here. I'll get to that right away here as we welcome in third baseman Dale Grant. So we head to the top of the 6th. Tempest is in to pitch. Gam Jones is now taken over in center. Miguel Juarez is at third. And that's everything that's happened so far as the first pitch from Tempest is a ball. Out-of-town scoreboard with 2 outs to go. Enid's on top of Bixby, 1-0. That's on the ground. Ortiz charges up, throws a little high, and it's really high. That bounces off the backstop. And Grayson Tempest over there to grab it, and Ortiz airmailed that thing into King, and King couldn't come away with it. So.
That's still so I guess it's not that far.
First baseman, Jace Paul. So Dale Grant's going to be on due to an throwing error by Ortiz. First pitch swinging, fouled out of play. Jace Paul tonight struck out and reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Tempest, 0-1 delivery. Foul, and it's 0-2.
Check this lead over. Check this lead at first base here. This guy's ready to go.
Dale Grant at first, getting kind of a big lead. We'll see if he's going to test the arm of Briggs. Oh, no, that's a huge lead. Get a shot of that, Andy. That's huge. Now he gets out there. Oh, yeah, looked like Briggs was going to come up throwing anyway. Yeah, that wasn't much of a lead, was it? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Bixby has lost to Enid. The Plainsmen come through, helping out this part of the state, and this team dressed in white tonight are the Red Hawks. On the ground, Juarez didn't play the ball, and that goes right through his 5-hole. And it'll be first and second. That's 2 errors in a row. One by Ortiz, one by Juarez. And that's not a good start. They're not helping out Grayson Tempest. I think they forgot that he was the male athlete of the year. And they're not showing their support of his award-winning prowess, if you will. Right fielder, Luke Jamison. So Jamison steps up. Runners at first and second, nobody out. These are the kind of games we talked about early on. You want to see the Red Hawks come in and close the door. With respect to the Ruffers, they are 7-12. Basically dead last. We know they lost. Thank you, Eli. You the man. 0-1 delivery, or 1-0 delivery, a little high, and it's 2-0. So I'm getting news that the Stillwater game is now delayed until Wednesday. Wednesday. They will pick up the game Wednesday where it left off, which means Stillwater's down 6-1. Bases are loaded with Holiday coming up. Am I right? Or excuse me, Gundy coming up. I apologize. Great David Rogers letting us know about that. And Eli. Can't forget Eli. There was a most valuable USN individual that's not tied to us in a way anyway. It'd be Eli. Eli gets burgers. You want to know what he does? He's a gopher for us. That's what he does. All right, back here, 2-2. 2 on. Tempest delivers a little high. I almost wonder if Tempest is overthrowing a little bit. A little angry with himself. Full count. Luke Jamison. Walked him. Little low, and that's a walk. So the bases are loaded. Doc Estes will step to the plate. Batting for the Ruffers, number 22, Doc Estes. Estes steps in. Now, defensively, as long as the wheels don't fall off, because there should be 2 outs right now. Should be able to turn some sort of double play or even get a strikeout would be better. As Estes tonight struck out in the second and walked in the 5th. Part of that 2-run inning that the Roughers put on us back in the 5th inning. In the dirt, it's 1-1. On the ground, up the middle. This could be 2. Ortiz steps on the bag for 1, over and 2. And the double play, they'll give up the run. But the 6-3 double play, but the run will score. And with what was an 8-run lead, you'll give that up every time. Next up for the Roughers, number 1, Cale Testerman. So Testerman steps in now. Testerman is currently playing center field. He started at second, came in and pitched for a little bit for the Roughers, and now is playing center field. As there's been a merry-go-round on the mound for the Roughers. But the same could be said for the Redhawks tonight. As they started with Hayward, went to Rupert, and now Tempest is up there, and he's settled in and ahead 0-2. Honestly, nothing wrong with the performance from Tempest tonight. As a throwing error by Ortiz and a misplay by Juarez is the only reason that the Roughers have got a run so far in this inning. 0-2, high. One-two delivery. Struck him out. And the strikeout by Tempest will head to the bottom of the 6th. Union up by 7. Welcome back here, Union Sports Network. Right fielder, number 27, Ben Flouché. As Ben Flouché steps in, and he has had a night. 2 for 2. 2 RBIs and a walk. And we're going to have a Lane Wood sighting as well as he's on deck. Thompson back to work. Strike. So the 0-1 delivery to Fluchet. On the ground. Going to have to hurry. Throw to first in time. Nice job there by Grant to charge that. And there's one away. Next up, please welcome to the plate, number 11, Lane Wood. Lane Wood steps up. Miguel Juarez is on deck. One away to Wood. First pitch swing and pop foul. Oh, 1 to Wood. One away. Thompson delivers. That's right down the middle. 0-2. Thompson in his second inning of work has mixed up his pitches pretty well. Kind of fooled the Red Hawks. Just outside 1-2. As we mentioned rain earlier, it's approaching Keystone Lake from what we're told, and so try to get this in tonight. That's popped up. Paul underneath it, and there's 2 away. Lane Wood popped out to the first baseman. And that'll bring in Miguel Juarez. Third baseman, Miguel Juarez. Miguel Juarez took over for Rhett Rogers after Rogers was hit by a pitch kind of high. Had a little bit of blood coming out, but he was able to return to the game and run for himself. That's on the ground to Grant. Up, throwing, and he dropped it. Juarez with the speed, and Miguel Juarez will be safe. As he dropped it, it was a big throw by Grant, and that'll be an error charged to probably to the first baseman, yeah. So E3 if you're scoring at home. I believe that brings in Gage Arthur, and it does. Left fielder, Gage Arthur. So Arthur had quite the night for himself as well. 2 for 2, a couple of base hits and a walk. And with 2 out, Juarez at first. And it's 0-1. On deck, Grayson Tempest, who's now in to pitch. Ooh, big curveball. Almost caught Arthur, but didn't catch the plate, and it's 1-1. One and one throw over. Hoping to catch Juarez sleeping, but Thompson didn't, and he's back safely. Don't forget, Thursday night, 6 p.m., Owasso, right here on the Union Sports Network. And then Friday, the Choctaw Yellow Jackets at soccer action. Girls at 6, boys at 8 right here on your home of Red Hawk fans, the Union Sports Network. It's 1 and 2. About time for Gage Arthur to get a hold of something here. 1 and 2. He did, but he popped it straight up. Paul over, underneath it, and that'll do it for the threat. We head to the 7th. Union 3 outs away from their next district win and their 21st win overall. We'll see if they can get it coming back. back live here as they're going to head to the bullpen again. Pitcher number 4 of the evening. Now pitching for the Red Hawks, number 10, Wade Kelly. So Kelly in. Defensively, everything stays the same as the last inning. Arthur in left, Jones at center, Fluchet in right, Juarez at third, Ortiz at second, Knutson and King at second and first, respectively. Wade Kelly at the mound and Brody Briggs, your catcher, as we need a quick inning here. Down by 7 are the Ruffers, and the first pitch swinging is a strike. Ben Fulbright up right now, and second pitch swinging. So Fulbright tonight, one for one, walked in the third, had a double back in the fifth, part of that big inning that the Ruffers prepared to put together, and there's strikeout number 1, and his name is Ben Fulbright.
I thought you were saying something about no rain.
Catcher, Jarrett Crawford.
It's too late now. You got to roll with it.
First pitch inside for a ball. Second pitch ball, 2-0. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Linda Blythe. As the Rockies are on top of the Cardinals 2-1. She just sent me a correction right before I said that. 2 TVs going on tonight at the Blythe household as that's pitch foul, and it's 2-1. Rupert comes out to corral that foul ball and take it back to the dugout. So 2-1, Kelly delivers. On the ground, actually, I apologize. It was a little flare to King, and he just stuck his mitt out there and made a glove save and a beauty, and there's 2 away. King with a nice job. Really didn't even have to move very much, but hit right to him. And the last effort is Theron Thompson. Has come in as the 3rd pitcher of record tonight for the Ruffers. First pitch strike. The Chicago Cubs are up 2-0 over the Seattle. They still have a baseball team in Seattle? Found. Have to check that score. Although, congratulations to Seattle Kraken. First time they get to make the playoffs. They're making a playoff appearance in the NHL. Their first appearance in the playoffs. That's on the ground. This should end it. Knutson up, throws, and Theron made it close. Thompson, but that'll do it. As Union wins it 11-4. Our next broadcast is this Thursday night as the Union Sports Network brings you the Owasso Rams as they take on the Union Red Hawks. First pitch at 6 p.m. So for our statistician, Joanna Estrada, producer-director Andy Irwin, I'm Jim Douthit. Red Hawks win, ladies and gentlemen. The Red Hawks win. Good night from Union.